Alright, so tonight's probably going to be a bit of a short stream. Having some asthma issues again today, so I'm going to try not to get too caught up in any individual project or anything. So on that note, or with that being said, let's get this started. One of the things I was noticing is that this arm just feels off, and I think it's because if we look at this one, I made the arm too straight. There's more of a curve to it in this one, even if it's subtle, and I think that's going to be kind of important. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to collapse this layer and we'll just paint on top of it going forward. Might regret that decision, but I don't think I'll regret it that much. So let's go back up to there. We're just gonna break this right at the elbow here. Actually, let's go back. I don't know why I'm trying to do this the hard way. I'll just Control-Shift-V to paste in place on this new layer. And look at that. And a second version of that layer. That's what was throwing me off. Let's undo some of this. I think I need to put that handle. It's forming a tangent. I can go back far enough. There we go. I want to get rid of that tangent, so we're going to move the hand all the way up there. Chunk. Let's just shrink it up just a hair this way too. I'm happy with that either. So we'll keep the old hand there. I also think I need to, because the shoulder is down on this side, I think I need to edit where we made this selection. Yeah, I think that's the spot it needs to be. Excuse me. Let's just go with the old version. I think even though the arm's straight, I'm at sort of an awkward pose, but I don't think it's that awkward. So let's paint on top of this, try to figure it out. Actually, I suppose at this rate, we don't even need to wipe out that layer. So we're not going to save our changes. I mean, sometimes there just days like this where no matter what you do, things just aren't working out quite right. Probably get some critique in class this weekend on this work piece. Solve the problem there. As you can see, I played around with colors too. Let's hold off on the figure for a little bit. We'll try to work out backgroundy stuff. Because right now, one of the other problems is there's not enough interest in this area back here, right? There's a big, long gap, and when I turn on the this logo, it works great. Or it works reasonably well, but before that, it doesn't. And so what I need is some, like, moderately interesting thing back there, right? That's okay to go into the gutter a little bit. Where's the gutter? So just my color reference checks. And this is why I did this, right? So you can sort of see how dramatically that adds some interest in that area. But it's this area here that's causing us the problem, so. That's what we need to fix, essentially. there's the gutter. That's what I was looking for. So I want also each page to be like a standalone illustration. So this one just needs something over here, and this one needs something sort of in this area here. So I need something that, like, something interesting that can cross over that middle and add some interest without being like overly distracting. And so one of the things I was thinking of was pulling some like putting some verbs that have been changed as well in there. What kind of verb should I put in there though? One of these, because pretty sure I see those on like grass and stuff all the time. There we go. There we go. Oh, yellow-headed blackbird, that's what I was looking for. I'm sort of picking these guys out because I see them like on these like cottontail, tall grass sort of things just hanging out chilling. And that I think is what I sort of want to add in there. Just because I can put them in the foreground. They're sort of small and innocuous, and we can like add them in a little bit. So let's go. Foreground. I think what that's going to entail is going in the areas where we need it. Painting in some taller grass. I should be doing this on a new layer though, for sure. And the thing is, we need to keep this grass sort of on a sort of curve between these two things, sort of like that, right? That feels a little bit bright. Let's look at a reference. Yeah, I think a reference was just generally dark though. And I think to like keep this in line, I need to paint it a little bit darker than what I want to paint it right now. Let's pull that a little bit more into like yellowy orange. Maybe a little bit brighter. Like 32. See where our gutter is going to fall. So about there. I think this character is going to be the focus, or the heart of the piece. So I want the lines to sort of flow more towards them than towards the monster over here. So we have the grassy stalks bending primarily this way, with a couple indicating the other direction. do some of those. Those are too similar. Remember, we want this person to be sort of the heart of the piece, so we need the grass to sort of like flow into them, not necessarily behind them or anything. Need a lighter, slightly more desaturated color. These little grassy tip things, and I might be going in and repainting these like later on, just because I'm so zoomed out. But maybe not. I mean, these are sort of sketchy and not super important. Let's go back to our birds. This piece just got so much more complicated. It's probably going to take a little while to get it finished with all this in mind, but sort of like that pose, right? Where it's got the one leg down. Dang it. Dang it, that's my brain. Oh, wrong button, that's what happened. Okay, there we go. So there's some reference. Let's make our reference layer orange like we're doing with all of our reference. Well, I'm actually going to drag this below the grass. I'm going to grab this color, and because it's in such a yellow light, we're actually going to make that be more that color, right? No, I think that color we picked was actually spot on for this piece, if not a little bit darker. Actually, what if we go to our grass layer here? I think that's going to help out quite a bit. I think I'm gonna need to paint these monsters next just to see what the composition's like. But because these trees are what's bothering me most. But let's see what that bird did compositionally. See if it solved their problem on that side. I think so. Like a little bit more interest back in the trees here. I think we'll be okay on that side. I think adding that little bit of orange will help out this side as well. I think adding a little bit more interest here, and maybe a couple of these tentacles like shining through the trees a little bit, will help out quite a bit. But also, I think I might call it here tonight. Like, I am just having trouble, like, thinking through stuff. And I'd like to come back a little bit fresh tomorrow and work on this. It's supposed to be lower pollen counts tomorrow, so it probably won't be quite as bad tomorrow. First, let's find where that dot is in the foreground. That is a problem. There we go. Actually, you know what? I'll go a little bit longer. Probably not too much more, but just a bit. Yeah, still works with that. I think anything behind the sower is going to be okay, just because it's going to get covered up. And like I said, it can't be too important because we have the gutter there for the basically where the pages meet in the middle, so you get the seam in the book sort of covers up the illustration there, right? So we don't want anything important here, but we need enough so that it ties the illustration together a little bit more and gives us a bit more interest and flow through that piece there. There we go. For the time being, let's cover up that little orangey area there. Let's erase out any bits we don't need. They're going to be distracting as I try to clean this guy up. And just to make this easier to get done, let's make this all a bright green for now, just so I can see where I've actually painted and what belongs in this group and stuff. Sort of a weird trick I picked up doing other things. So if you need to find something, just clip layer to it that shows you everything that's painted on that layer. It'll help you find mistakes and all kinds of other little stuff, which is fantastic. form of this so far. I think this claw thing needs to be a little bit beefier. And same here. Just gonna use a soft round brush for a lot of these forms, I think. Alright, let's hop down and grab a different brush, because that was a little bit too soft. I always try to go hard edges first and then go soft after that, just because I personally find it easier to go from a soft edge, from a hard edge to a soft edge than vice versa. And soft edges make things look muddy, which isn't great. Be decisive with where you put color and value and stuff at first. That felt too indecisive. I'm basically just using these colors to like plan out all the planes on this creature. Like which limbs are in front, which behind, where is it facing into the light. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to merge this eyes layer down just because I want to paint over this right now, and it's just easier to work with if it's on the same layer. But I think I'll call it there tonight. I should be back tomorrow. It might be another short day just because I'm struggling a little bit to get work done after my day job. But thanks for coming. I should be back tomorrow night. Or actually, you know what? Let's take a look at this with the new sketches and stuff. Filter. It's a little bit too strong there, but when we tone it down, let's turn this. Drop that bad boy. Camera raw filter. Just like that lighting a little bit better, so we'll save those guys as one. Make that purple. Just as a test thing. I definitely like it more with the sewer in there, but I sort of designed it that way. That's looking much better with the gutter, and with these creatures more developed, I think I might be okay. I might need to do a little bit of something to the woods there, but not as much as I thought. So, like, maybe another bird, maybe some more plants with some glowy things. Definitely some more glowy stuff over here, but I think we're on the right track. And I might need to darken this guy up a little bit too. He's a little bit too bright in this enhanced version. And I'm liking this one as a standalone image. But yeah, this one still needs a little bit of work, like right in there. Maybe in the grass a little bit, but not too much. We're definitely making progress. And it brings a little bit more of that color, sort of my color check for the composition. So I think we're on the right track for sure. I don't know where that's coming from, but it needs to go. Yeah, good enough for now. Like I was saying earlier, I'll be back tomorrow night. Same bad time, same bad channel. Make sure. Let's finish saving this out after I end the stream.